Warning, tonight's episode of Desperate Ravings is rated M for mature because Dominaria is as metal as Right. So, welcome back everybody to Desperate Ravings, the show where I find something that bugs me in Magic and I talk about it for 15 to 20 minutes with, mild outbursts of just rage and utter confusion. I'd like to start off tonight by talking about our good friend, the Llanowar Elf. We've seen older versions of it, mostly a noble, proud warrior, maybe a sword behind its head, or just his head in profile. Very unique, very iconic. But no, not this guy. This Llanowar Elf wants to kill you and then add green mana to your mana pool in that order. Oh my god. So freaking metal. I'm super excited just by the few cards we've seen already in Dominaria. Spoilers started back on the 21st of March. We've seen some leaked promos. We've seen the goofy buy a box only card that promotes this goofy new Commander Brawl thing, which I'm not going to get into because Commander's just kind of meh. But aside from that, I'm super excited about Dominaria. So many cool legendary creatures. But I've already found something in this set that pisses me off. Wizards cannot seem to just beta test these ideas or just maybe ask, does this look good? And of course, I am talking about legendary card frames. We've known this was coming ever since the reveal of the Elves versus Inventors dual deck. We knew that something was going to be different about Azuri Renegade Leader's art and the frame around it, and here it has been revealed unto us. Urza's Ruinous Blast is our first card we'll look at. 4 white, legendary sorcery at rare. You may only cast this if you control a legendary creature or planeswalker, which they are legendary, of course. Very flavorful. Exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. Again, super flavorful. So Alex, what do you say is wrong with this card? It's this stupid thing at the top. It's like your mom took those scissors that she used to scrapbook and cut the construction paper out to put it in the scrapbook and then put the picture of you at your first t-ball game on top of that. It looks cheap, unfinished. It looks like a printing error. And it looks like shit to me. I do not like this at all. I think back to the Avacyn Restored Miracle card frames that as you drew it and the top of the card came into view, oh my gosh, there's the arrow, there are the rays coming down, boom, Bonfire the Damned. So sorry, LSV, Brian Kibler and friends, or Entreat the Angels at the Pro Tour, holy cow, boom, it was right there. But this, again, it looks cheap and unfinished. Yes, there are people out there who will really enjoy collecting misprint cards, and this is going to be mistaken for one. I'd love to know whose idea this was. What other ideas did they have before they settled on this shit? God! The set looks so freaking amazing. And there's so many legendary cards in this set that have this stupid border on them. Yes, I have to admit the ones that are multicolored, especially the 2-color cards, look pretty damn cool. But these monocolor cards, and maybe it's just the white ones in particular, it is just positive and negative space with nothing in between and nothing to tell you what the hell's going on, and it really bugs the crap out of me. It's aesthetic, I know. No one pays attention to the art a lot of times, but holy crap. A moment. That being said, I am super excited about Dominaria, and I cannot wait to talk about every single card here in the next couple weeks as soon as we get the full review. Now, moving on. I'm sorry, what? Oh yeah, I said that right. Set reviews coming back. You're welcome. I'm excited for those. So, what else is out there that's bugging Alex and Magic right now? I'm glad you asked. Something we've known about for a couple of months now, the Signature Spellbook series. We had no idea what these were going to be, what they would contain, or anything about them other than they would be tied into Planeswalkers. Obviously, Magic is an IP. You've got to put your mascots out there, and you got to slap Jace on every freaking surface and t-shirt in existence. It's like Mickey Mouse. So we finally got to see what these things have inside them, and behold! Of course Jace is the first one, because what are they going to put? Rouse Zarek on this? No, not for the first one at least. So inside the Signature Spellbook, there will be 8 Magic cards, and in them, I'm going to pull up the list again because this is far too small for me to read from here. We've got Negate, Counterspell, Blue Elemental Blast, Jace Beleren, the original Baby Jace, Get Out Vern's Prodigy, Mystical Tutor, Threads of Disloyalty, Brainstorm, Gifts Ungiven. Pretty cool collection of 8 cards. All of them have brand new art. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. All except for Counterspell and Jace Beleren all have brand new art that is very Jace themed. The frames are super slick, and it all looks very, very cool. But there's a problem. When I see promotional art like this on unique frames, I think one thing: foils. These are not foil copies. Within each box, there is a secret card, one of these in a foil version, which I'm sure will be worth umpteen squillion dollars at some point. Buy your boxes now. But I have a problem with this. Recently, Wizards has shown a disrespect, if you will, towards the local game store, the store where you go and play Friday Night Magic, your Monday night drafts, your weekend PPTQs and GPTs. This lack of respect stems from the fact that they are no longer willing to give us unique products, except like the big stuff, Commander Anthologies, the multi-$100 boxes that you simply cannot put in a big box store. But stuff like this, Iconic Masters, Masters 25 has shown up in those little 3-pack blister containers, I think is what they're called. And it just kind of cheapens the experience. If I can go and just get something like this from a big box store, why would I go down to my local game store to find something that is unique? And that's a problem to me. You know, I can count on one hand the number of times I purchased a Magic the Gathering product from a big box store. When I first started playing, when I was looking for something very specific and just happened to see, you know, those the packs that had like the promo cards in them, yeah, stuff like that's fine. But this, if this goes to big box stores, and we don't know if it is yet, but it's priced to be in the stores, $29 or $19.99 I believe is the MSRP on these things. It just seems a little bit disrespectful again towards local game stores. And I, for one, hope this does not show up there. This feels like a From the Vault product, a Commander's Arsenal product. Obviously, no more expensive, but you get the idea. This is special. This is something that you should only give to players who go and seek this out at their local game stores. This is a reward for players going into the store. And I have to wonder also, who the hell is this even for? Like, if these cards were, like, heavily played in multiple formats, obviously, Gifts Ungiven is, Negate, Threads of Disloyalty, you know, all of these cards show up in Modern, but, like, Blue Elemental Blast, that's a Legacy card. You know, Brainstorm, Legacy card. I mean, I'm a little confused here. Again, going back to the notion about being in a big box store, little Johnny Magic player goes up to this and looks inside the box and like, what the heck am I supposed to do with all this stuff? Are these cards even legal in the format that I'm playing? They look weird. They look so unique. I don't know what these are for. Who are these for? I just don't freaking know. And if I see stuff like this, when I think of these kinds of cool promotional arts and different, you know, kinds of frames, I think of the Magic Players Reward System. You know, who wants full art Cryptic Commands to come back? I do, and I bet you do too. Why aren't the resources being spent on things like that? Reward the players out there. Reward your player base. Not with this stupid 8-card box. I don't know. This one bugs me for some reason. I can't tell if this is a cash grab or what this is, and I don't know. The Wizard seems to be on this cycle of retiring and creating new projects. The Clash packs went away, the event decks went away, and then came back. And this, I'm not sure this fits in the cycle right now. I don't know. This one's weird to me. This one's really, really weird, and I don't know what to make of it. Personally, not a fan, so we'll see. I'm not gonna harp on this one anymore, but it rubs me the wrong way as a Magic player. So we'll see where this one goes in the future. So that's what I had to rant about. Whoa, hold on. A perfect opportunity to talk about my own list of Magic cards? Who am I to pass up on an internet meme? Because everybody in the Facebook universe, at least I'm attached to, has been doing this. My own signature spellbook. You damn right I'm going to do my own. So I have here for you on my phone my signature spellbook. Number 1, Snapcaster Mage. A creature that can do literally anything with the right spell. Unbelievably powerful. Number 2, Phyrexian Crusader. Once upon a time, Alex thought he could only kill people by dealing them poison damage. Oh, how naive I was back then. But when you put it on a creature that literally can't be killed in a standard format that it belongs in, yeah, sign me up. All right, Cryptic Command. The card that can literally do anything. You can't lose when you cast Cryptic Command. It's that simple. Number 4, Splinter Twin. I lament thee leaving us. One day, you will return to show us your millions and billions and so on and so forth. Oh, God. Number 5, Tezzeret, Agent of Bolas. My first Planeswalker love. So many decks I've built around this guy. So many times my opponent's gone, wait a second, the ultimate's next turn? Yeah, you're dead. Love it. Number 6, Sphinx's Revelation. You end of your turn for 3. The first Sphinx's Revelation turns the corner, gets you back in the game. The next one starts to close the door, and the third Sphinx's Revelation hammers that last nail on your opponent's coffin, and the game is over. Such power. Finally, Restoration Angel rounds out my signature spellbook card collection. When all of your cards can literally do anything in a deck, why not have them do it all again? And before I forget, Cold Guns Command, so great. Anyway, so I did have one last thing to part with you guys tonight with, and it was a holdover from last week's episode where I did some of those popular, unpopular Magic opinions, and one caught my eye, and I'm gonna jump back to it here. Specifically dealing with energy, and of course it's gone now. I forgot. I apologize to the person who posted this one, but basically said energy is a mechanic that should have never been printed, and I agree with them. I agree 100% with some caveats, obviously. Energy is a very cool mechanic. It's a very flavorful mechanic. Wizards constantly likes to add new resources to play with. You know, one of the first things that I think a lot of Magic players kind of come to the conclusion of is like, oh, my life total is a resource? Wow. Stuff like that. You can interact with a life total, though. A mana base, your opponent's hand. There are creatures. Their library itself. Oh, you mill-loving bastards, you. But energy sits by itself in a little box, and you can't touch it. Yeah, Solemnity was printed in Hour of Devastation 3 sets after Energy's debut. This was the first and only answer that Wizards came up with to handle energy. When you build a block around a mechanic that can literally not be interacted with, you don't think we're going to do something stupid with it? How many cards did you have to ban with the word energy on them? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. And it highlights an even bigger problem. Energy was instantaneous. Attune with Aether, boom, I got 2 energy. Rogue Refiner, boom, 2 energy. Bristling Hydra, boom, 3 energy. You immediately got it, and therefore forced the removal to be instantaneous. Glorybringer, you had to deal with it then and there, or they would just Corrode, what's the mechanic? Shoot, you know the one, doesn't untap. Exalted, you know that's not it either. But anyway, moving on. You immediately got the value out of it. You immediately got the value out of your Rogue Refiner, your Blistering Hydra. It was immediate, and there was no time for your opponent to untap and cast a sorcery speed removal spell. In a world where effects are instantaneous and there is no defense against them, what other cards would you play? Think back, just 7 years, Baneslayer Angel, the single most powerful card that we'd seen in such a long time, would be completely and utterly laughed at just a few months ago in Standard. Wouldn't have done a damn thing. Yeah, I could have blocked Glorybringer because that's a dragon, but that's not important. Completely unimpressive. So Wizards, if you're going to keep hurting mechanics that add something brand new to the game, we need some way to interact with it. It can't be 3 sets down the line. We can't wait for Kataki's War Wage to come out and Kamigawa block to fix the issue of affinity. We need spells in our sets that say interact with resource X. drain X energy from your opponent's energy store, or whatever the hell you're going to call it. Drain it, deal some damage to them. I don't care. But I can just think back to my first Cowardice draft, and my opponent played the Long Tusk Cub, and he immediately got some energy off of it. A good energy deck, unstoppable in that format. And it truly warped Standard. We saw it happen. Aetherflux Marvel. We saw the banning of Rogue Refiner. We saw the banning of Attune with Aether. It just blows my mind. Yes, it's very, very cool. Wizards take risks, but man, backdoor for it. That's simple. So, I feel like I've ranted and raved in front of you all long enough. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week with God knows what happens. I keep thinking week over week that Wizards can't possibly give me more fuel. But they do, and it's great, because otherwise, you guys don't get this great content. Biased, yes, but deep in your hearts, you know it's true. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Desperate Ravings. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.